Time problems can be expressed in a number of different ways. Analog displays require us to read the hours, minutes, and seconds from a circular display that is split up into 12-hour lots, with the minutes expressed in 15-minute intervals. Analog displays are read in 12-hour time, and hence we generally need to be told whether we're working in the morning or in the afternoon. The analog display shown here reads 10 minutes past 12 with 35 seconds, but with no indication of whether it is AM in the morning or PM in the afternoon. And so for an exam, you would need to list both. The digital displays, however, very clearly state whether we are in the morning with AM time, and so this one reads 12:42 in the morning, or whether we're working in the afternoon, such as this display, reading 6:02 p.m. Digital displays can also be expressed in 24-hour time. 24-hour time uses a 4-digit number starting at 4 zeros, which is the equivalent of 12 a.m. or 12 in the morning. This can also be expressed as 2400 hours, both meaning the same thing. 24-hour time counts the number of hours over a total 24-hour period, and reading it off lets you know how far through the day you are in total. Let's convert the displays we have shown here. We'll start with the digital readings, in particular the morning reading of 2:42 a.m. Since 24-hour time starts at 12 a.m. in the morning and is generally read as 4 zeros, any time expressed as AM for 12-hour time will match that written in 24-hour time. The only difference is that we need to make sure the number we write down is a 4-digit number, and hence we need to add a 0 to the start of this number so that it still reads 242 hours. The easiest way to convert PM time is to take the reading shown and add it on to 1200 hours, as this is the representation of lunchtime or 12 p.m. So for the display shown here, we have 6:02 p.m. being 1200 hours or 12 p.m. plus another 602 hours, giving us a reading in 24-hour time of 1802 hours. For the analog displays, if we are looking at 12:10 p.m., that's the first 1200 hours, and so it simply reads 1210 hours and is the easier of the two to convert. The 12:10 a.m. we need to be careful of. 12:10 a.m. means that we are right at the start of our time period, and so we know that we can express the start of our time period with 4 zeros. We're 10 minutes past that, so this conversion reads 0010. We really shouldn't be expressing this as 2410 hours, as we can see here that 24-hour time should be expressed as a 4-digit number in a 24-hour period, and so our final digit should actually read 2400 hours. By writing 2410, we've gone over that end point, and so the conversion should stand at 0010. Your calculator actually has the functionality to input time into it. It has a time button, which sometimes is called a bubble button just because of the display that's shown on it, and it looks like this. It has a degree and then a dash and another 2 dashes displayed on it, and it's located here on your calculator. The bubble button allows us to input hours, minutes, and seconds into our calculator. The markings on the button indicate your hours, minutes, and seconds, and this is how we will input it into the calculator. These examples show you how to use that bubble button to input time into your calculator. So for example, if we simply wanted to input 2 hours into the calculator, you would press the number 2, the bubble button, and your calculator would be listing for you 2 with a degree symbol. Once you hit the equal sign, your calculator displays for you 2 with the degree symbol, standing for 2 hours, no minutes, and no seconds. If I want to put further digits in, I just keep separating each of my sections of my time period with that bubble button. So for example, if I want to input 4 hours and 10 minutes, I would start with 4, hit the bubble button to indicate 4 hours. I'd then press 10 or 10 and I would hit the bubble button again, and that would display for me 10 with a dash indicating 10 minutes. Once I hit the equal sign, the calculator displays for me 4 hours, 10 minutes, and no seconds. You can see under that to input the seconds, we simply hit the bubble button again. So 6 hours, 25 minutes, and 50 seconds means we need to hit that bubble button 3 times to display it correctly. If I only want to input minutes or seconds into the calculator, then I need to set zeros for anything I don't want to input. For example, if I want to put 17 minutes into the calculator, I need to make sure I specify that there were no hours to begin with. Hit the bubble button and ensure that my calculator reads 0 with that little degree symbol to indicate there are no hours in this question. Input the 17, hit the bubble button again, and it will display for you 17 minutes. Same with any seconds that we want to input, we simply need to record that there are no hours and no minutes before inputting the seconds into the calculator. A handy tip to remember is that if we want to use the calculator to add or subtract time, it is far easier to do so if you are working in 24-hour time rather than 12-hour time. As when we want to subtract time from each other, we really don't want to end up with any negative answers, as we will then just have to convert these.